Some years ago, in Mexico City, a young lady asked me a question in the middle of a heated discussion. What is a man, Jeremy? I could immediately tell that she didn't ask the question with the purpose of actually learning something from me, but rather with a rhetorical spirit, just for the sake of argument. However, I found it to be a very profound question indeed. I would even go as far as to say that in some providential manner pushed me into a season of searching for an answer to this most profound inquiry. What is a man? How does true masculinity look like? Why should there be a masculine person at all? And if there should, what is its proper working? These are questions that burn inside the soul of men, young and old, in our world. And yet, I don't believe that they are meant for the mind as much as they are meant to be sought after by the heart. In the book Wild at Heart, the writer John Eldredge begins by giving a vivid description of his hunt in the Colorado mountains. His prey is a bull elk that the Indians call the wapiti. They are so hard to hunt that John calls them the ghost kings of the high country. Nearing the end of the chapter, but still in the chase, the author arrives at a sort of epiphany to which he writes, and that is why I come, and that is why I linger here still, letting the old bull get away. My hunt, you see, has little to do with elk. I knew that before I came. There is something else I am after, out here in the wild. I'm searching for an even more elusive prey, something that can be found through the help of wilderness. I'm looking for my heart. This book impacted my life so much that a song was born out of it. That song is called Salvaje, meaning wild. Through this composition, it was my attempt, much like John Eldredge, to appeal to a much less domesticated side of my own manhood. Despite the attempts of the modern Western world to make men more shallow, corporate, spineless, tame, sanitized, non-dairy, gluten-free, passive, good little well-mannered boys, I have come to recognize that in my very core, in my heart of hearts, I am meant to be a wild creature in the holiest sense of the word. The evidence? The constant yearning of my soul for adventure, the consistent longing of my spirit to fight against evil and protect what is good, and the abiding desire of my heart to enjoy beauty as God intended it and not as the devil distorted it. In the beginning, I asked the question, if masculinity is important at all in today's world, what is its proper working? What does a real man ought to look like? In order to understand the proper working of any machine or agency, we must always go to the manual and to the manufacturer. Daily, I see so many men looking for answers to their deepest questions in all the wrong places. Perhaps it is time to go to the manual and ask the manufacturer. The Bible says in Genesis 2 that God created man in his own image. Notice that when he created the first man, Adam, God did not put him in a safe place. He wasn't placed in a cubicle or a shopping mall or a palace or even a house. Man was put in the wild, surrounded by wild creatures, created with a wild purpose. So were many men after Adam. But Adam is not the blueprint for biblical masculinity, for he disobeyed God and was exiled from the Garden of Eden. But there is one who is the absolute blueprint of true masculinity at its highest form. That man is Jesus. Think about it. Jesus was wild in every sense of his life. He begins his ministry by being baptized and immediately being led by the Spirit into the wilderness, as per Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. He was courageous, and he demonstrated it by confronting the corrupt religious leaders of his era. He was the most humble man this world has ever known. Born in a manger, lived to serve people, heal people, listen to people, never owned property, and died the death of a criminal despite the fact that no legitimate charge was presented against him. His heart was pure, and his way was honest. And perhaps the most masculine trait that Jesus had, his love. John 13, chapter 1 says that having loved his own who are in the world, he loved them till the end. This world will sell you goofy ideas on what real masculinity is, from the billionaire to the playboy, from the alpha Chad to the fraternity bro, from the polygamous to the ridiculous, society will create its own opinions that time and time again prove to be faulty and wanting. Meanwhile, the world sinks deeper and deeper into trouble and despair. Statistics say that in America, a person that grows up without a father is 6 times more likely to drop out of school, 9 times more likely to commit a crime, and 20 times more likely to end up in prison. If there's anything that this evidence clearly shows, is this: the world needs more men who are shaped in the image of Jesus, men who embrace their wild side, men who act courageously, walk humbly, speak truthfully, and love intensely. Let us embrace the wild side of our masculine hearts, and let us come out of those timid, shallow, and fearful shadows that plague the very essence of who we are, for the sake of our families, for the sake of our cities, for the sake of our world.